Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button because today we're diving into one of the most spine-chilling topics I've ever covered on this channel. We're talking about haunted trains. Yes, you heard that. Right, trains that are said to be cursed, possessed, or haunted by spirits from the past. And trust me, by the end of this video, you might think twice before taking that late-night train ride. So grab your snacks, get comfortable, and let's get into this because the stories I'm about to share with you are absolutely terrifying. And what makes them even more unsettling is that many of these accounts come from real people who swear by what they experienced. Now, before we jump into the specific stories, let me set the stage for you. Trains have been around for centuries, right? They've been witness to countless journeys, births, deaths, accidents, and tragedies. When you think about it, trains are like moving time capsules, carrying the energy and memories of everyone who's ever stepped foot inside them. And when something tragic happens on a train, whether it's an accident, a murder, or a suicide, some people believe that the spirits of those who died remain trapped and unable to move on. Throughout history, there have been reports from all over the world of phantom trains, ghost passengers, and unexplained phenomena occurring on railways. Some of these stories have become legendary, passed down through generations, while others are more recent with witnesses still alive today to tell their tales. Let's start with one of the most famous haunted train stories, the ghost train of Stockholm, Sweden. This story dates back to the 1950s, and it's one that still gives people chills to this day. According to the legend, there was a train that would appear late at night on a specific railway line in Stockholm. But here's the thing, this train wasn't supposed to be there. It wasn't on any schedule, and when investigators looked into it, they found no record of any train running on that line at those times. Witnesses described seeing an old-fashioned train appearing out of nowhere, usually around midnight. The train would be dimly lit with flickering lights, and through the windows, passengers reported seeing shadowy figures sitting motionless inside the carriages. Some people claimed these figures looked like they were from a different era, wearing old-fashioned clothing from decades past. What makes this story even creepier is that several railway workers reported trying to stop the train or signal it, but it would never respond. It would just pass by silently, as if it existed in a different dimension. Some workers even reported feeling an overwhelming sense of dread and coldness whenever the ghost train appeared. And then, just as mysteriously as it appeared, the train would vanish into thin air, leaving no trace behind. Investigations were launched multiple times, but no logical explanation was ever found. Some theorists believe the train is a residual haunting, a kind of recording of a tragic event that plays over and over again. Others think it might be connected to a terrible accident that occurred on that line many years ago, where several passengers lost their lives. Moving on to another chilling account, let's talk about the haunted railway tunnel in Japan, specifically the Kiyotaki Tunnel located in Kyoto. This tunnel has such a dark reputation that it's considered one of the most haunted places in all of Japan. And trust me, Japan has no shortage of creepy locations. The Kiyotaki Tunnel was built using forced labor during World War II, and construction was brutal. Many workers died during the building process due to harsh conditions, accidents, and some say even executions. The tunnel is about half a mile long, and driving through it is said to be a terrifying experience, especially at night. People who have driven through the tunnel report seeing apparitions of workers still toiling away, as if they're trapped in an endless loop of labor. Others have reported seeing ghostly figures standing in the middle of the tunnel, causing drivers to swerve or brake suddenly, only to find nothing there when they look back. But it gets worse. Some visitors have reported that their cars would suddenly malfunction inside the tunnel engines, would stall electronics, would go haywire, and the temperature would drop dramatically. Even on warm summer nights, people described feeling an oppressive heaviness in the air, as if something was pressing down on them, making it hard to breathe. There are also reports of mysterious knocking sounds coming from outside the car, as if someone or something is trying to get in, and perhaps most disturbing are the accounts of people hearing screams and cries echoing through the tunnel, cries that sound like they're coming from people in terrible pain or distress. Local legend says that if you stop your car in the middle of the tunnel at midnight and look in your rearview mirror, you'll see ghosts in your back seat. But most people are too terrified to actually try this. And honestly, I don't blame them. The tunnel has become such a hotspot for paranormal activity that it's attracted ghost hunters and paranormal investigators from all over the world. Now, let's shift gears and talk about a haunted train story from India, the Barog Tunnel train in Himachal Pradesh. This story is particularly sad, and it involves the ghost of a British railway engineer named Colonel Barog. Back in the early 1900s, Colonel Barog was tasked with constructing a tunnel through the mountains as part of the Kalka-Shimla railway project. This was an incredibly difficult engineering feat, and Colonel Barog made a critical miscalculation. He started digging from both ends of the mountain, as was common practice, but due to his error, the two ends didn't meet. This was a massive failure, and Colonel Barog was humiliated. He was fined 1 rupee, which doesn't sound like much, but it was a symbolic gesture that represented his complete professional disgrace. Unable to handle the shame and embarrassment, Colonel Barog took his own life by shooting himself near the incomplete tunnel. Ever since then, there have been numerous reports of Colonel Barog's ghost haunting the area train passengers traveling through the Barog Tunnel, which was eventually completed by another engineer report, seeing a man in colonial-era clothing walking along the tracks or standing near the tunnel entrance. Some have even reported seeing him inside the train carriages, sitting alone, looking out the window with a sad expression on his face. What's particularly eerie about this haunting is that witnesses say the ghost doesn't seem angry or vengeful. Instead, he appears melancholic and lost, as if he's still wandering the area, unable to rest because of his failure. Many locals in the area believe that Colonel